Hey guys, so Mob Psycho 100 episode 5 and episode 6 is going to be on the menu for today. I've just literally finished editing the Dororo 5 and 6, so I had to record a new intro for this one because I didn't think Mob Psycho would need a double. I thought I was going to be able to get them both out at the time of the recording of them. But yeah, this hopefully will finally catch me up and I can be back on track with all my other anime. I just want to give a quick reminder that if you want to get these episodes uncut and closer to when they air, obviously feel free to check out Patreon. The link's in the description below. The only real reason why there's been such a gap is because obviously Patreon has the advantage of I don't have to do much editing, which if you don't know, I injured my foot a couple of weeks ago. It's going to take 6 weeks to recover. 2 weeks have already passed. I'm 4 weeks out. But editing is kind of difficult because I have to sit on my computer to do it, and my foot doesn't really have anywhere comfortable that it can rest, especially not for a prolonged period of time. It's alright for, I don't know, 10-20 minutes, and then after that it's like it gets irritable. So yeah, here's episode 5, and then you're going to see episode 6, and obviously my thoughts afterwards. And I'm looking forward to Tuesday when, fingers crossed, episode 7 will just come out like it normally does. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy, and I'll see you all later. So, without further ado, let's dive in and find out. 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, okay. I was gonna say, it seems like he's basically recreated his life. Yeah, so it's exactly the same, except he doesn't have his psychic powers. Oh, what the hell? Why didn't he just fly away? Oh. So that's his brother, who would normally come and help him instantly, and he's just walking by. So it isn't just in this world that he doesn't have his powers. Wait, is he trying to goad him into doing something badly, like being the voice of God in his ear or something? Yeah, see, I wonder. He actually has strength, unlike me. Oh, okay. 6 months! Wow, okay, so time is passing differently here. Oh, yeah, so he started off good, like they said. And then, yeah, what happened with his mom changed him because of all the things he had to do to keep her going. So she died because she was possessed by an evil spirit? So now he's decided to do it back. Ah, yes, so I was right. That's why he picked her. So that, because he knew that the dad was powerful enough to bring people in. Yeah, he's not trying to kill Mob, he's trying to break Mob. He wants him to turn to the dark side. It's going well. Now, is Reagan really saying that? Or is Reagan manipulating Dimple? Which I think is what he actually did. I can't make up my mind if Mob is actually, you know, broken in as much as he doesn't understand what's going on. Or is he very much aware of what's going on and he's still choosing not to fight back because that's the way he is. Oh! Never mind. Oh, one of the scars helped him. Okay. I love the fact that whenever Mob does go dark side, he suddenly looks like he's gained like 8 years worth of age. Oh dear, that's not good. I don't know. Okay, so I'll have to use all of the power he's stocked up. Oh! Okay. Wow, he really is far gone. Oh, wait a minute. Here comes memories. You bring shame to the Body Improvement Club. Okay, there we go. Now everything's coming back to him. I was gonna say, that's too many muscles. That's better. He did his impression of All Might then. Right then, Mob. Now will you please stop messing around and end this? Yeah, that's true. He has changed because of other people. Here, go on, take over. Oh, damn it. Take over! Whoa! No, this is Mob back in action. Okay. Okay, about time, Mob. This is the kind of power that we needed you to have in the last episode. Where was it? Okay, that thing is a little bit intimidating. I'm gonna say the outside world is scary, but you've been living in it for the last X amount of years. And you've been doing fine, man. Oh, these are all the people that Mogami killed. Oh, is that the girl? She's stuck in there as well in all that chaos. 100% time, baby! Yeah, sorry. Time for the rules to change. Here comes the music. Oh, yeah. Blitz through it like it was nothing now. No, he's not. He hit 100%. Now you're screwed. What the hell? Okay. Oh, yeah. He's not doing as well now. Oh! There's the Mob we all know and love from the first season. It's taken 5 episodes, but he's finally here. Though he does look different. He doesn't look like he normally does, but... Oh... Okay. Instant exorcism. Step right up and claim your prize. I love how many people tried to tell me that this Esper was like in Mob's league. And I was just like, nope. I guarantee you when he hits 100%, they'll be in 2 completely different hemispheres. That's like a Joker or an Emperor mentality right there. Just because you fell to the dark side or you thought that going, you know, evil was the right thing to do doesn't mean everybody else will. And Mob's personality doesn't suit it. Okay, this is a pretty hype fight, not gonna lie. It's like he's fighting a universe there. Oh, no. Whoa, that thing's terrible. What the hell? It's a good thing this is all happening inside that girl's mind, but I think her brain might be cooked after all of this. Man, these evil spirits are no joke. They're not giving up. But neither is Mob. He's still going. Oh! Okay. Question mark form has come back. Yeah. Now you're definitely lost. So Mogami recognizes whatever this thing is? Because we've seen it so many times, but I've no idea what it is. Okay, so we didn't see the end of that. That was interesting. Ah, so Mob didn't exercise him. Oh! Wait, did the claw just take him? Interesting. That was it. I'm sorry, and then she just walks off. Okay then. That's better. That's a little bit more believable. Oh, that was nice of him. Well, in fairness, he was asked to come. You just don't know that he works for Reagan. Oh no, is the rich dad gonna give them money to open up like a proper place? You just don't want to be held responsible. Yeah, exactly. I agree with Dimple on that one. Mob Donald's. Ah, oh, that sounds like a nice place to go. Oh, okay. That's the end of that one then. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was Mob Psycho 100 episode 5, and it was a pretty good episode. I pretty much went exactly the way I thought it would, even though I didn't see the fact that Dimple was going to have to go in and help him remember, you know, who he really is. I thought that was a nice touch. Like, Dimple and Reagan both are kind of questionable characters, in all honesty. So it is kind of nice when, even if they're not doing it for the most noble of reasons, they do get the chance to help, and they do have this weird kind of relationship between the three of them, where it's like, every time you think that they might actually be together because they're all friends, they always seem to come up with ways to cast doubt on them, or they'll say things like Reagan did in this episode, where it's like, he said he was like only using Mob for as much as he can make use of him. But in other episodes, Reagan's demonstrated that, you know, he does actually care about Mob, and he doesn't want Mob to make the wrong decisions. So I think he was just saying that to manipulate Dimple, who Reagan has said previously that he just flat out doesn't trust. But obviously the fact that Mob did give him his body is kind of interesting. But at the same time, I suppose, like, you know, when Dimple tried to get through the shield to help him, you know, he couldn't get through at all. Like, Mob's power is so much greater than, well, everybody's, but Dimple's especially. I'd imagine that Mob isn't really that fussed whether or not Dimple does try and betray him or not, because I just don't think Mob is really threatened by Dimple. I mean, he defeated him when he was, like, at the height of his spiritual power when he was first introduced, and, you know, Dimple's been crushed several times down since then. So yeah, I just don't think Mob really cares what Dimple does at the end of the day. He just always goes under the assumption that he's just going to be able to defeat him, and don't really see any evidence to contradict Mob on that one, let's be honest. I really like the message in the episode as well, like, that Mob is learning, or is trying to get through to people, like, the fact that everybody can change, and your circumstances don't necessarily mean that you have to go in a certain direction, and just because people are a certain way doesn't mean that they're not capable of changing, even if they're not the nicest of people. Like, Asaguri was her name, or the girl in the episode anyway. She wasn't the nicest of people from the looks of it, but at the same time, it appeared like, you know, Mob could see that she has the capacity to change, and she herself wasn't entirely pleased with how she is in, you know, life anyway. And I'm trying to remember, was she the girl in the first episode? Not the one that Mob was in, you know, the one that Mob was half with, but one of the other girls that, like, made fun of her friend for her writing. I can't remember, but if it is, then yeah, we've already kind of seen that she's a bit mean. And if it wasn't her, then it doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, we got to see in the, you know, in the simulation that at the end of the day, that's what she's like. So it doesn't really surprise anybody that, you know, Mob would... It wouldn't have been a surprise if Mob hadn't particularly liked her, but, you know, he was happy to kind of forgive her and say that she can change, and I think that had a big effect on her, and, like, she's already starting to reconsider everything, and, you know, after going through something like that, it's not really that big of a surprise to think that, you know, people would want to change, especially since she's been the puppet of that spirit for God knows how long. You know, not having any control over her own body, for one, you know, it's a terrifying thought on its own right, you know? I also really like the fact that we got to see a positive 100%, like, Mob got to show off what he's like when, you know, the power of optimism. And, you know, when he finally hit 100%, it was really nice to see those big hype fights, those over-the-top effects, and that music from Season 1, man. It's like, as soon as you hear that music, it's like, yeah, everybody else, you might just want to leave now. He was just able to, like, Thanos finger snap his way through everything that was being thrown at him, whether it was the enemy Esper or the other evil spirits. He just wasn't going to take losing as an option. However, we also got the return of question mark %. Now, I said when he first turned up that this was another entity, not, you know, another mode of Mob, and quite a few people made comments of the fact of, like, oh, finally, someone actually gets that that's not Mob. Now, this is really interesting, and I kind of find it interesting that, was it Megami? He was kind of, like, surprised, but he didn't seem confused. He was like, oh, so your vessel is broken and this is what's inside. That's interesting. So, I'm guessing that he might have some idea of what's going on inside a Mob, and maybe that's why he left. Because A, he realized that he wasn't going to win, but B, I think he wanted to see, like, more about Mob and see what happens. Obviously, he got caught by that scar, maybe, so we'll have to see what happens there, but I do find it really interesting that, you know, we didn't actually see what happened after Mob went into % mode, or into question mark mode, however you want to look at it, and I really want to know what actually happened inside, you know, the spirit world, but I'm guessing we're never going to know. At least not directly. Maybe we'll find out indirectly at another point in the show, but I guess we'll have to wait and see to find out. But it was really nice that Mr. Question Mark made his return when Mob was on the verge of, like, okay, this is actually quite difficult, but I'm not going to lose, and then, boom, out come the white light, and there was Mr. Question Mark, and it's like, ah, hello. Haven't seen you for a while since Mob was fighting Blondie, and Blondie nearly pushed him over the edge. Yeah, I really want to know more about exactly what's going on with Mob, so I can't wait for episode 6, and I'm hoping that, you know, at the moment we've had a string of good episodes, but they've kind of been, they don't feel like they're leading towards a big story like in the first season when we had the claws. Maybe we will, Maybe there's going to be something like that in this episode, or maybe this episode is more centered around just Mob and Reagan and the way Mob is developing as a human being, and, you know, he's getting older and he's learning new things. His character is developing very nicely, I think. So maybe that's going to be the main focus of this season. There isn't going to be like a big bad guy, so to speak. Even though in the opening we actually see that he is fighting some of the other claws from the first season, and there are characters in the opening that I don't think we've been introduced to yet, so maybe there will be. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, that's going to be it from me for Mob Psycho 100 episode 5. Right now, it's mob time. 3, 2, 1, go. Oh, it's 4 years ago. We're time traveling, baby. So many water coolers, so little time. Oh, wait, what? Reagan used to work in a place like this? Damn, no wonder he became a con man instead. You too can become a millionaire. By becoming a psychic. Hey, Telepathy Club and Body Improvement Club. Haven't seen you guys for a while. Is this Mob? I was gonna say, that's more than he's ever done, right? Hey! Yeah, I was gonna say, it's a slow progress, but he is progressing now. Oh wow, it's actually really weird to see the people in the exercise club actually be wearing, you know, the school uniform. That was it. Like, not even denying it. Well, I'll be honest, I thought the point of the Telepathy Club was just basically to have an excuse to be able to sit around and play games and do nothing. Oh, okay, so they're all going to go to karaoke together. Interesting. Yeah, I don't think we've ever seen him do anything like this, to be honest. It is fun. Aha, but now you're about to get the call. Oh! That might not have been the smartest move, Reagan. Oh, okay, so they're actually being pretty understanding about it. Which is nice of them, but at the same time, Mob doesn't get to do that very often. Wait, what? It's really true? Okay. Oh, he doesn't look happy. Like, he's completely blank. That for him is like, he's annoyed. Yep. What is Reagan doing? This is unlike him. Or is it? Yeah, I don't think Mob is appreciating your words. Yeah, you think? I was gonna say, you really have no idea, do you, Reagan? Yep. I was gonna say, messed up would be an understatement. Uh-oh. Yeah, I was gonna say, actually, you kind of are, but by the person stood in front of you. This could end very badly. Yeah, I don't know what was going through your head, Reagan. Yeah, I think Mob's actually been thinking about this for a while. Oh, he really has been thinking about this for a while. That's what I thought. Damn. He really is growing, for want of a better phrase. Like, definitely thinking of it more for himself. Oh, so are these two gonna, like, slowly start falling apart? But I think you two are actually friends. Like, you've grown closer, and now you're both trying to convince yourselves that you don't need each other. I'm glad that Mob is taking, you know, time away. Oh no, he's gonna fall in behind. Oh, and he's spending more time with his brother. That's cool. There he is, with people in regular clothing that looks completely different to what he... Yep. Sorry, mate. That was not what he was expecting at all. I actually think Dimple was interested to see how Reagan was doing. He wasn't just, like, saying it. Like, I know they don't necessarily like each other, but I think there was a part of him that, you know, you spend time with them, even, like, Dimple. Yeah, he's got ulterior motives, but eventually, unless you're, like, a sociopath or a psychopath, you are going to develop some sort of kinship with people. Oh, so they're going to force him into karaoke anyway. It's like, come on, you're having fun. Wait, it's his birthday today? And no one's wished him happy birthday because he doesn't have any friends. They're having just slightly different experiences, aren't they? What? Okay. I think so. I was gonna say, I think you actually have to be the one singing. But no, he really doesn't have any rhythm at all. Correct! People seem to know who he is here, at least. So, yeah, that's why he goes to that place. Okay, I get it. They're almost like friends, yeah. They probably used to be like friends, but now that you've been with Mob for a while... Oh, okay. So, his intention was to get drunk, which looks like he succeeded at. Wait, well then why is he acting the way he is? Is something else going on? Something else is going on here. Wait, is he being possessed? I'm very confused as to what's going on with Reagan, man. The new Reagan Arataka! The player killer? Oh, okay. Fantasy hell! Oh, okay. So he actually managed it. Not convinced that that would actually work in a real MMO, but even so. He looks like Nosferatu there. Wait, he has his own meter. It's popularity. The bro of Seasoning City. Oh, okay. He's getting a lot of positive reviews. Oh, okay. So he's being asked to be on TV. Damn. So he's actually doing better without Mob as well. Like, Mob's doing better without him, in inverted commas. I was gonna say, so he is psychic. Oh. But because he did that... Wait, hang on. That doesn't make any sense. You were possessed at the time. He stopped you and saved you, and that's the end of the episode? So Mob and Reagan being separated isn't a one-episode storyline thing. Okay. Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. That was Mob Psycho 100 episode 6. And, yeah. It turns out that it kind of did carry on from the storylines that we've had in previous episodes. If there's one theme that has kind of been consistent in Mob Psycho at the moment, it's actually what the theme song sings. Having listened to it several times because I really like the new opening. In fact, I like both openings of Mob Psycho 100. Your life is your own, and the mob is right, and it's like interesting that if you listen to the lyrics and then you watch these 6 episodes the way Mob has been, this entire season seems to be about Mob coming to terms with himself, his powers, accepting what he is and what he can do, but not letting that be what defines him. He is very much deciding that he's going to make his own decisions. He's got his own friends, he's hanging out with his brother more, and, you know, we saw him make that kind of commitment to himself in the very first episode, but I didn't think it would actually progress the way that it has. I didn't think this was how it was going to go. I didn't think this was going to be the end result. And I'm kind of really enjoying it. Like, this episode, seeing Reagan and Mob finally have the inevitable moment where they've spent too much time together, and obviously Reagan said the wrong things, which, I'm not going to lie, did feel a little bit out of character, but at the same time, it didn't feel out of character when you think about all the times he has called him out of the blue and he has said stuff. But this time he just went that little bit too far, and he knew he went a little bit too far, but it was way too late to pull it back. Dimple knew it, and Mob had had enough. You know, Mob was actually enjoying himself and hanging out with all of his friends, both the Telepathy Club and the Body Exercise Fitness Club. I know, yeah, that club. And Reagan obviously called him off because deep down, I think Mob is really beginning to not be happy with the fact that Reagan can't seem to handle problems without him. But of course, we all know that that's because Reagan can't exercise any spirits because he doesn't have any powers. And I thought Mob knew that too, to be honest, at the start of the season. Because obviously at the end of the last season, Reagan actually took Mob's power. And I thought Mob knew that that's what had happened. But it looks like it isn't. And it looks like that Mob is still not really questioning what Reagan says until like now he's pretty much said that he's been realizing for a while that, you know, what Reagan says doesn't necessarily equal truth. And considering that Reagan is a con man, yeah, you couldn't be more accurate if you tried there, Mob. I think the fact that the episode showed that, you know, both characters had to grow apart in order for them to eventually come back together. I think it's safe to say that's going to happen at some point, but I definitely think that they needed time apart to develop as individuals. Reigen, I think, has come to rely too much on Mob, and Mob flat out said, you know, he does just take Reigen's word as like truth, which it really isn't, and he kind of needs to develop the skills to deal with people better in social situations, and I think he is doing that now. The fact that he was able to stand up to Reigen demonstrates that he is growing as an individual, and I think, you know, Reigen thought that Mob being away from him would cause him to just kind of break down, and instead Mob did the opposite, and he's gone out and is starting to live like a normal teenage life, for want of a better phrase. But obviously there's still the fact that, yeah, they're kind of doing okay right now, but what about the actual psychic cases? What about the actual creatures that are out there? The episode ended on a bit of a weird tone as far as Reigen's concerned, with that other psychic wanting to expose him for being a fraud, and for also wanting revenge for him kneeing him, and it's like, well, you were possessed at the time, dude, so I'm not quite sure what your issue is, but whatever. Who knows what's going through your head, man. And yeah, Reigen might be a con man, but he's a pretty good one, so good luck trying to actually expose Reigen, because I'm willing to bet money that that's not going to go as easily as you think it will. Maybe it will, but we'll have to wait and see. Overall, I really enjoyed that episode. I am enjoying Mob Psycho 100 Season 2 for different reasons than I enjoyed the first season. Like, I really enjoyed this episode, even though not much happened in terms of psychic abilities. It seemed more like an episode for all the characters to just kind of take a breather and develop themselves as like I said, as individuals, and I don't really have much more to say on this particular episode. Probably one of the shortest reviews I've done for a while, but I just don't really have many thoughts on it other than what I've said in the actual reactions, so I think I'm just going to end this one here, guys. So yeah, leave your comments below letting me know what you thought of this episode, and like the video if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you're new around here, and for you guys on YouTube, you'll have seen 2 episodes of Mob Psycho, so yeah. Hopefully next week everything will go back to normal, but until then, guys, I'm Psycho Gold, and I'll see you in my next video. But this is Psycho Gold, signing out.